Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sida Febrianka. So today we learn about Lab 5.9, WDS or Wireless Distribution System. So WDS has a function for explain the wireless network with the other network, which is we should make the other router running as access point and the other router running as a station. Both of the routers sold using the same wireless configuration. How WDS works is if the client far away from the router who meets access point, the client will automatically connected with the nearest router running a station, and we don't have to connect the client with access point. And then this topology that I use for Lab 5.9 WDS wireless distribution system. So router 1 connect to internet and using ISP, and then using merge IP bridge, and then for router 2 running as WDS client using merge station. Okay, so the first step we open Inbox, login using MAC address as admin, and without password, and then we click connect. And in here I will configure system identity first for router 1. With the command is system identity set name and the router 01. And then we check interface that we use using interface spring. In here I will do configure interface command to Ether 1, Ether 2, and for VLAN 1. For Ether 1 here we use interface set Ether 1 and then command ISP, and then interface set Ether 2 command laptop, and for VLAN 1 interface set VLAN 1 command IP WDS, and then do check interface using interface screen. In here we could see that Ether 1 connected to ISP and Ether 2 connect to laptop, and VLAN 1 running as a HP access point in WDS. And in here I will do requesting IP address using IP.cp client at interface using Ether 1 and disable no for activating DHCP client, and then check in IP.cp client with the command IP.cp client plain. And here we can see that interface VLAN 1 got IP address 172.16.30.0/16. And then we do ping to Google using ping Google and then .com to make sure that and then in here we could see the result is replay. That means router 1 connect to internet. Okay, and then here I will do configure interface print, and in here we should enable interface VLAN 1 using interface enable VLAN 1, and then we check into interface using interface print. In here we could see the text is not text or disabled anymore like before. Okay, and then after that we do configure interface bridge. We made interface bridge first with the command is interface bridge at name bridge. In here we'll use name bridge 01, and then do checking using interface bridge print. In here we could see the result, the text is error running. And then we add interface Ether 1 and VLAN 1 to one interface bridge. Use interface bridge port at interface Ether 1 and bridge use bridge 01. And for VLAN 1 interface bridge port at interface VLAN 1 bridge use bridge 01. And then after that we do check in to interface bridge port print. And here we could see that interface ether 1 and ether 2 we successfully add to interface bridge. Okay, and then in here I will do configure to interface wireless VLAN 1 and add WDS feature use interface wireless set VLAN 1 with mode using HP bridge and band use 2 GHz BGN and SSID in here. Sorry. And then SSID in here I will use ND VPS AP. And then WDS mode dynamic. And then WDS default bridge use bridge 01. And then WDS is not SID we choose yes. And then do checking using interface wireless print. In here we could see the flag is R or running on interface VLAN 1. Okay, and then we move to router 2. And MikroTik will be automatically disconnect. And here we click cancel and we log in using MAC address router 2. Again as admin and without password we click connect. Okay, so I've been configured something in here before. So in here I will reset configuration using system reset configuration on no default yes and click Y for continue the reset configuration and we wait for a while. And MikroTik will automatically disconnect it and we wait until 20 seconds or around that time. And we reconnect. And in here I will do configure system identity, set name ND router 02 and do check into interface print. In here I will do configure interface command with the command is interface set ether 1 command laptop. And for VLAN 1 we use interface set VLAN 1 command and in here I will use name VPS WDS. Sorry, ini I will use WDS client and then do checking again to interface using interface print. And here we can say the laptop and with one running as a WDS client. We enable using interface enable VLAN 1 and then do checking again using interface print. And here we can see the flags X or disabled is not in here anymore. And then in here I will do configure scanning to interface VLAN 1. Okay, and then we click white. In here I will use SID and D with the SAP for interface VLAN 1 with the a privacy and the flags. Okay, and then we do configure to interface at VLAN 1. Interface wireless and then set VLAN 1 mode using station, and band using save as a router 1 2 GHz BGN. And then SID we use ND, VPS, VP, and then WDS mode we use dynamic. And then click enter. Do checking to interface wireless, use command interface wireless print. And here we could see the turmoil, I think. I think there's a typo. Oh yeah, we use WDS, not VPS, sorry. And here we change to WDS and then do checking again to interface VLAN 1, use interface wireless print. In here we could see the flex is RR running. And then we do requesting IP with future IP recipe client and add interface use VLAN 1 and disabled no. And then we check to IP recipe client with the command is IP recipe client print. And here we can see that interface VLAN 1 got IP address 172.18.0.30/16 with the status 1. And do ping to google.com, ping google.com. Okay. So if the result is reply like this, that means router has been connected to internet. So I think that's enough. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.